You ever really listen to somebody and you really think that they are really ranking high in the spirit, but then you hear them say some things that cause you to question what it is that they say? Like, you have people who think that they are truly going to run out of revelation. When you are called by God, God is all seeing, all knowing, all powerful. I'm not present, I'm omniscient, omnipotent. God knows all, sees all. God is everywhere. God has all information. So when we are called by God and God's hand is upon us and God lives in us through Holy Spirit, how in the world can we run out of revelation? God always has something to say. He may not speak to us all in the same language because we speak different languages. He may not speak to us all the same way because he knows how to reach us. One of the things for the life of me that I cannot understand is when people say things like, I'm not going to share it because I don't want nobody to steal what God gave me. So what God gave you, it belongs to you, or does it belong to God? Because if it belonged to God and somebody else take it, he gave it to you to release it. So when you release it, somebody's not stealing it. They may get revelation off of what it is that you said. Or they may have had the revelation but didn't get it the way that you got it, and then they tell the story the way that God gave it to them. So we possess and become possessive over what belongs to God and say, well, we're not going to share because somebody else is going to steal it. And if they're not going to steal it, we hold on to it as if God is not going to give us revelation on something else. When it is the releasing out of the hand that opens your hand to receive more instead of holding it like a tight fist. Like I just can't get that. And even if, because I know that there is a lot of false and people coming on different people's pages to get, revelation and things of that nature, and they're creative and using on their platform and end up blowing up and getting more views and more likes and things of that nature than you, and the competition is great, but when you receive revelation from God, your job is, when God says to release it, is to release it, not to hold on to it and say you don't want somebody to steal it, because this is what makes you on a level of poverty in the spirit, because you're holding on to something instead of freely releasing it when God gave it to you. Even if you're a little threatened, because one of the things about me, I'll wait and sit on some things, but I'll make sure that I'm going to release what God says. And once I release it, it's out of my hands. It ain't no longer mine. And it wasn't mine when I received it. I received it for me to release it in the time that God gave it to me. And be obedient, whether he says to release it or to hold it. Now that's something different. But if you don't want to release something because you're afraid somebody going to steal it, people going to steal it. Simply for the fact that you got a fear about people stealing something that God gave you in the first place. But when you're open to receive from God what God has for you, God is going to continue to pour more into you and give you deeper revelation on what he is saying, has said, will say, will do, because God is everywhere, all seeing, all knowing, all powerful, and able to give you fresh bread, living water, wine, and everything else that you need. Just as quick, fast, and as hurry as he wants to give it to you. But when you have a poor and a poverty mindset and the things of the spirit, you're afraid that others are going to steal what God has given unto you when God gave it to you for you to release it in the first place. Be blessed.